BoodleBobs, don't forget to subscribe.
This is a story all about Dorothy. And yes, she's a doughnut. Dorothy loved dancing. She knew the names of all the dances. The waltz, the tango, the foxtrot. She even knew the monster mash and the jive. But she was a terrible dancer. It was because of her shape, and her shoes, and she couldn't change her shape, and she certainly wasn't going to change her shoes. Ooh, I love to dance, she sang as she tripped and crashed around. I think you should give up dancing, said Ivy. You're so bad at it. Everyone gasped. Everyone knew that Dorothy was a terrible dancer, but it wasn't right to say so. You know, to hurt her feelings like that. Maybe you should have a few lessons, volunteered Tina quickly. You know, polish up your act. Oh, that would be wonderful, beamed Dorothy, and did a kind of pirouette. The next morning, there was a large notice pinned to the door. Free dancing lessons. Quick, step inside. Or was it? Quick step inside. Anyway, Dorothy burst in excitedly and was confronted by her classmates, all identical in their tutus and their shoes.
We're the housewives,
they chorused and tittered. And I'm a doughnut, replied Dorothy. A dancing doughnut. Look! And she proceeded to bounce and kick and jive. She swerved and tripped, sprang and skipped, until she was completely exhausted. Breathless and flushed with excitement, she waited for the thunderous applause. But then there was none. Just a terrible silence, until everyone started to cry. Everyone had been squashed, bashed, bruised or broken by Dorothy's dreadful dancing.
we came here to dance, not be flattened by an elephant.
I am not an elephant, said Dorothy indignantly. I'm a dancer. I'm a dancing doughnut.
A clumsy dancing doughnut,
piped up a squeaky housemate. Now that was a horrid, unkind thing to say. Poor Dorothy was so upset. So with a heavy, very heavy heart, she turned and looked at her reflection in Tina's teapot. It didn't help that the teapot made her look even wider than she was. About 3 times wider and 3 times shorter. Oh, you're right, said Dorothy. I'm just a big, clumsy doughnut, and I'll never be able to dance. How about a nice cup of tea just now? Putting her arms round Dorothy. Well, that is as far as she could reach. Dorothy shook her head. I just want to dance, she said. But they're right. I'd make such a mess of it. Well, what you need is a dancing partner, said Tina. Yeah, but who would want to dance with me? Replied Dorothy. How about me? Said Roger, sidling into the kitchen. In his quest for the limelight, he'd look such a star next to Dorothy. He twirled his moustache and set both eyebrows jiving. Dorothy couldn't resist. You, she said, going weak at the knees. Yoo-hoo! She quickly recovered and grabbed him. Poor Roger. From somewhere the music started. Or was it just in her head? And in a cloud of sugar dust, she whirled and swirled and glided. They danced the waltz, the tango, then the foxtrot, and into the time warp, to finally the moonwalk, just as the moon came up. Roger got squashed and bashed and bruised. He got shoved and pushed and elbowed. Oh, I could dance forever, exclaimed Dorothy, going into a spin. Faster and faster she pirouetted, until finally she had liftoff. Meet me on cloud 9, she flirted, as she spiralled out of the window. Oh. No chance, muttered Roger, feeling his bruises. You can keep the limelight, he called after her as he vamoosed up the path in completely the other direction.
I'm Doughnut, a dancing donut. But to you, I'm a sugar babe. Press the button, la 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 la. Press the button, la 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 la. Press the button. Press the button, la 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 la. Press the button, la 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 la. Press the button, la 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 la. Press the button.